Imagine living each day with such deep inner strength that no criticism, failure, or external chaos can shake you. A life where your peace isn't stolen by others' opinions, where your decisions aren't dictated by fear, and where your calm remains unbroken, even when storms rage around you. This is not about being cold or indifferent. It's about developing an unshakable core, one built on clarity, discipline, and emotional sovereignty. The Stoics lived this way. They weren't immune to pain, loss, or injustice, but they refused to be derailed by them. Today, I'll share 12 powerful Stoic lessons, practical, profound, and transformative, designed to help you become someone who doesn't just endure life, but masters it. If you're ready to stop being controlled by your emotions and start leading your life with wisdom, write in the comments. Today, I choose to be strong. I am Stoic. Before we begin, I only ask two things: like this video and subscribe to the channel, so this message reaches more people who are also searching for real transformation. Now, let's begin. Lesson 1. The battle begins within. The greatest battle you'll ever fight is not against the world, it's within your own mind. Outside events don't destroy you, it's how you interpret them. You can have the same opportunity as someone else, yet feel threatened while they feel inspired. Why? Because your internal state defines your experience. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not events that disturb us, but our judgments about them." And that's the key. The problem isn't what happens, it's the story you tell yourself afterward. Someone ignores you. I'm worthless. You make a mistake. I've failed again. You face rejection. No one will ever love me. These interpretations create prisons, not because the events were huge, but because the meaning you gave them was. But the Stoics knew, you don't need to change the world, you need to change how you see it. When you shift your judgment, you shift your reality. Instead of thinking, "This proves I'm not good enough," try asking, "What can I learn from this?" That simple question transforms suffering into growth. Because pain isn't punishment, it's training. Failure isn't the end, it's feedback. Rejection isn't proof of unworthiness, it's redirection. Your mind is like a garden. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and resentment, you harvest frustration. But if you cultivate courage, gratitude, and purpose, you grow peace. So today, pause. Ask, is this thought building me or breaking me? Then replace it with one that strengthens. Because every time you do, you win a silent victory over your old patterns. Write in the comments, "I master my thoughts because I control my life." Because true power begins here, in the space between stimulus and response. And whoever controls that space controls their destiny. Lesson 2. Learn to master your emotions. The world won't give you permission to be calm. No one will protect you from insults, setbacks, or unexpected challenges. But you can still remain firm, not by repressing emotion, but by mastering it. Stoicism teaches that emotions are not enemies. They are energy, and energy must be channeled, not feared. Anger is fire. Used well, it becomes passion. Used poorly, it burns everything. Fear is electricity. It can paralyze or power your awareness. Sadness is water. It can drown you or cleanse you. The goal isn't to eliminate feelings, it's to respond wisely. As Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things but by the views they take of them." This means you can feel anger and still choose not to explode. You can feel fear and still act. You can feel sadness and still move forward. Emotional mastery is the difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is automatic, impulse takes the wheel. Responding is conscious, reason returns to command. Think of a soldier under attack. He feels fear, but doesn't run. He breathes, observes, then acts. You are that soldier. Life attacks daily, through stress, conflict, disappointment, but your peace is yours to defend. Seneca taught, "A man who lives by his emotions will suffer more than necessary, because emotion is fast, but rarely accurate. It sees threat where there is none. It amplifies pain. It turns small obstacles into catastrophes." So the practice is simple. When you feel intense emotion rising, pause, breathe, count to 10. Feel your feet on the ground. Ask, will this matter in a week? In a month? In most cases, the answer is no, and that perspective dissolves the storm before it grows. True strength isn't in never feeling. It's in not letting feelings dominate you. Every time you respond with calm instead of reaction, you strengthen your character. And that strength doesn't come from luck, it comes from training. Write in the comments, "I respond with wisdom, not impulse," because the one who governs their emotions governs their life. Lesson 3. Take control of what you can. There are two worlds, one you can influence and one you cannot. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. You cannot control what others think of you, how they treat you, whether they return your affection, the results of your efforts. But you can control your decisions, your actions, your attitude, your effort, your integrity. Most people waste their energy trying to change the uncontrollable and exhaust themselves. They obsess over what the future holds. They rehearse conversations that haven't happened. They live in constant anxiety about what might go wrong. But Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't waste time worrying about what lies outside your hands. Focus on what does, and you'll find serenity." And that's the secret. Peace isn't found in controlling outcomes. It's found in accepting uncertainty. Strength isn't in demanding fairness. It's in acting justly anyway. Courage isn't in never failing. It's in continuing after you do. So next time something triggers you, ask, "Can I change this?" If yes, act. If no, accept it. Breathe. Move on. Because surrendering to what you can't control is not weakness. It's intelligence. It's saying, "I won't sacrifice my peace for something I can't change." And that frees your energy to focus on what you can transform, starting with yourself. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only thing worth pursuing, and it is found in self-mastery." So train yourself to release what you can't control and double down on what you can, because that's where real progress happens. Lesson 4. Stop seeking external validation. How much of your life is spent chasing approval, likes, comments, praise, recognition? You want to know you're worthy, but you keep looking in the wrong places. The truth is, your value isn't determined by applause, it's determined by your choices when no one is watching. Marcus Aurelius didn't rule Rome because he wanted fame. He ruled because he believed in justice. He acted with integrity, not performance. And that's exactly what you must do too. Stop outsourcing your self-worth. Stop waiting for the world to say you're enough. Start saying it yourself, every single day. When you speak your truth, even if your voice trembles. When you set boundaries, even if it disappoints. When you stay consistent, even if no one applauds. These are the moments that define you, not the photos you post, but the quiet decisions you make. Seneca said, "The man who trusts himself does not depend on the opinion of others." And that's liberation. It means understanding that your soul doesn't need an audience to feel complete. You don't need to be admired to be great. You don't need to be seen to be real. You just need to be, fully, honestly, without apology. So write in the comments, "My worth is born within me, not in others' eyes." Because the moment you stop needing validation, you stop being a prisoner of the world, and you become the author of your own story. Lesson 5. Build a strong mind through small sacrifices. Strength isn't built in grand gestures, it's forged in the small renunciations of daily life. Wake up early, even when tired. Study late, even when bored. Say no, even when it costs popularity. These are the sacrifices that shape your character, and they are not punishment. They are investment. Each choice to delay comfort builds resilience. Each decision to do what's right strengthens your identity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is difficult to endure becomes valuable when overcome." And that's the point. You don't become strong by avoiding pain. You become strong by facing it. You don't gain freedom by doing whatever you want. You earn it by doing what you should, even when you don't want to. Discipline is the price of greatness. And greatness doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who prepare. So today, make a sacrifice. Choose one thing that brings short-term pleasure but long-term weakness, and give it up, not forever, just for now. Let that be your training ground, because the warrior isn't made in war, they're made in peace. And every small act of self-control is a brick in the fortress of your future. Write in the comments, "I pay the price today, so I can stand firm tomorrow," because true strength is silent. It speaks through consistency, not noise. Lesson 6. Be consistent, not perfect. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. It tells you, wait until it's flawless. But by the time you feel ready, motivation has already faded. The Stoics didn't chase perfection. They chased virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, temperance. And virtue isn't born from perfect days. It's born from showing up despite imperfection. Epictetus said, "Can you avoid mistakes? No, but you can work to minimize them." That's liberating. It means you don't need to be flawless. You just need to keep going. Progress is not measured by results. It's measured by repetition. A sculptor doesn't carve David in one strike. They chip away for months. An athlete doesn't win overnight. They train daily. And you don't transform in a single leap. You evolve step by step. So forget the illusion of flawlessness. Focus on consistency. Do what matters, even if it's small. Repeat it, even if no one sees. Because the world doesn't reward perfection. It rewards presence. It rewards those who show up, not those who hide until they're ready. James Clear says, "You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." Your system is your routine, your habit, your daily action, and that's what truly moves mountains. So don't wait for inspiration. Build a system that works whether you feel like it or not. Because when you do, you stop depending on motivation and start depending on discipline, and discipline always wins. Write in the comments, "I choose consistency over perfection." Because being imperfectly persistent is better than being perfectly absent. Lesson 7. Your identity is built daily. Who you are isn't decided in one moment. It's shaped every day. Each choice you make carves another line in the sculpture of your character. Choose to lie, and you build dishonesty. Choose to blame, and you strengthen victimhood. Choose to procrastinate, and you reinforce weakness. Choose to act, and you forge courage. You don't need to announce it. Your behavior reveals it. Seneca said, "Life is like a play, not measured by length, but by quality." And the quality of your life is defined by your daily performance, not by applause. Are you kind when no one is watching? Do you keep promises to yourself? Do you honor your word even when it's hard? These invisible acts are what shape your true identity, and they matter far more than any public gesture. Because real strength doesn't perform, it practices. It doesn't seek admiration, it seeks alignment. So every morning, ask, "Who do I want to be today?" Then live that person, even if it's uncomfortable, even if no one notices. Because the longer you wear that version of yourself, the more real it becomes. Eventually, it stops being pretend and starts being you. And that's how transformation happens, not in a flash, but in repetition. Write in the comments, "I am becoming who I want to be, one day at a time," because identity isn't found, it's earned. Lesson 8. Don't let pain define you. Pain is inevitable. Being destroyed by it is optional. Everyone suffers, but not everyone lets it rewrite their story. Some carry pain like a medal of honor, never healing, never moving on. They repeat their trauma, not to remember, but to imprison themselves. But the Stoics saw pain differently. They didn't deny it, they used it. Marcus Aurelius said, "The obstacle on the path becomes the path." That means your pain isn't the end, it's the beginning of your strength. It shows you where you need to grow. It reveals the wounds that still need care. And when you use pain as fuel, not as a sentence, you reclaim your power. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, said, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our freedom to choose." Your past doesn't force your present, it only influences it, but you decide whether to repeat it or transcend it. So next time you feel wounded, don't ask, "Why did this happen to me?" Ask, "What is this teaching me to become?" That shift in perspective transforms pain from prison to teacher. And when you learn from your pain, you stop being its prisoner. You become its student, and students grow stronger. Write in the comments, "I use my pain to grow, not to shrink." Because the strongest people aren't those who never hurt, they're the ones who turn their scars into wisdom. Lesson 9. Develop mental resilience. Mental resilience isn't about never falling, it's about how you rise. The Stoics trained their minds like warriors, not to avoid defeat, but to recover faster. Marcus Aurelius faced betrayal, plague, and war, yet remained lucid. His secret? He had trained himself to expect difficulty. He didn't hope for a peaceful life. He prepared for adversity. And that preparation made all the difference. Resilience is like a muscle. It weakens with rest and strengthens with resistance. You don't grow by staying comfortable. You grow by stretching beyond your limits. So embrace difficulty, not as punishment, but as training. Every challenge is a chance to develop patience. Every setback is a lesson in humility. Every failure is an invitation to refine. Jim Rohn said, "Don't pray for an easier life, pray for greater strength." And that's the Stoic mindset. You don't beg for less hardship, you train to handle more. Because when you know you can survive anything, nothing scares you. You stop fearing the worst, because you know you can endure it. You stop avoiding discomfort, because you understand it's necessary. So when you face a tough situation, don't collapse. Stand firm. Remember, this is not a test of my happiness, it's a test of my character. And every time you pass it, you become harder to break. Write in the comments, "I grow stronger with every challenge," because resilience isn't rare, it's repeated. Lesson 10. Protect your energy from emotional vampires. There are people who drain you, not physically, emotionally. They don't steal money. They steal your joy, your patience, your motivation. Being around negativity is like breathing polluted air. Slowly, invisibly, it poisons your spirit. Science confirms this. A study from Kellogg School found that one low-performing person reduces team productivity by 30%, twice the positive impact of a high performer. And that applies to your life. Being near negative people weakens your mental health, drains your energy, and distorts your vision. The Stoics didn't isolate, but they chose wisely. They protected their peace. Seneca said, "You cannot pour from an empty cup." And the same applies to your energy. So ask, does this person add value or take it away? Does this relationship inspire or exhaust? Does this interaction bring light or shadow? Then act accordingly. Limit exposure, set boundaries, redirect your attention, protect your silence, protect your dreams, protect your inner calm, because your energy is sacred, and you are its guardian, and no one else will guard it for you. So write in the comments, "I guard my energy because it fuels my transformation, because the only person who can save you is the one who protects their own peace." Lesson 11. Live by your own rules. The world has rules, but they weren't written for you. They were made for the average, the obedient, the predictable. But you are not meant to fit. You are meant to stand apart, to walk your own path. Living by others' rules kills authenticity. It tells you, sit down, be quiet, fit in, perform. But the cost is high. It's your voice, your passion, your uniqueness. In solitude, you rediscover what you truly value. You reconnect with your internal compass, not the one society gave you. Ask yourself, what do I believe? What do I love? What makes my heart beat faster? And begin to live by those answers, not by expectation. The Stoics called this autonomy, the state of being governed by your own reason, not by external pressure. You don't need permission to exist. You don't need validation to live your truth. All you need is the courage to say, this is who I am, and I will live accordingly. So write in the comments, I live by my own rules, because the only life worth living is the one you design yourself. Lesson 12. Make peace with impermanence. Nothing lasts forever. Your body changes. Relationships end. Money comes and goes. People leave. And that's not tragedy, it's nature. Yet we resist. We cling. We grieve as if permanence were promised. But Seneca said, enjoy the present as if it were the last. Not out of despair, but out of gratitude. Because when you realize how temporary everything is, you stop taking it for granted. You appreciate the coffee in your hand. You cherish the friend beside you. You value the job you have. And that appreciation creates a powerful energy, one that attracts abundance. But clinging to what must pass only brings pain. Trying to hold sand, the tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips. So let go. Love deeply, but don't possess. Care fiercely, but don't control. Commit fully, but don't demand eternity. Because the beauty of life is in its fleeting nature. A sunset is beautiful because it ends, and when you stop fighting the flow, you finally begin to live. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, everything flows, nothing stays. And that's not a burden, it's freedom. It means every moment is precious. So today, look at what you have and thank it. Then let it go, gently, with grace. Because real strength isn't in holding on, it's in knowing when to release. Write in the comments, I accept change, because it's part of life. Because when you stop resisting, you start flowing, and when you flow, you become unbreakable. Final reflection. Strength is quiet. Real strength doesn't shout, it stands firm. It doesn't react, it responds. It doesn't break, it bends, learns, and rises. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You only need to know, deep inside, that you've chosen to live with integrity, discipline, and courage. The world may not understand you. People may judge you. Chaos may surround you. But you are solid. Because you've built your foundation on principles, not opinions, on action, not words, on presence, not performance. And that's why nothing can truly destroy you. Not criticism, not failure, not loneliness. Because your strength was never in the world. It was always in you. So if this video resonated with you, write in the comments, I am strong. Not because I never fall, but because I always rise. Because that's the final definition of true power. And that's the life the Stoics call you to live.